All right, good afternoon. Kind of the purpose of this screencast is just to give you kind of an informal tour of the courses that we have been working on and how we are designing them in the Learning House system. We have been working on the first set of 10 courses, which include courses like Intro to Adult Learning, Effective Thinking, Vocation and Service, Acts of the Apostles, 1 Corinthians, Educational Ministries, and so on. So we are essentially completed with most of the courses that are indicated here, highlighted in purple. So let me give you just a tour of the current courses. Now this is an example of a course that was designed by Learning House that was already previously in the Learning House management system, in their Moodle system. This is Psalms BIB 413. It's a well-designed course. I reviewed it. Looks like a great course. Wish I could take it. I preached through the book of Psalms last year. So it'd be a great course, interesting course. As you can see, it is just pretty much like a typical standard course with the various learning modules indicated by weeks with learning resources and lesson activities. It's pretty clean. It's easy for the students to follow. I was really impressed with the design and the flow of the class. I think it will be a good class for students and very easy for them to navigate. Will not be a large learning curve for them. So this is the current course for Psalms. And of course here, one of the important elements is that Learning House actually created this sort of nice syllabus that has the school colors and a very detailed. Students will know how to navigate the course and what is required for them. And so that is one of the courses that Learning House designed. And so this is a course that I have been working on. It's the most recent course that I just completed in pastoral counseling. And as you can see, the course follows the same design as the Learning House courses. Here is just the various features. This is a course that was converted from 5 weeks into 8 weeks. So this course is currently now in an 8-week format, as you can see. Has all of the learning resources, the supplemental resources, and I'll kind of share with you how I was able to develop those and actually and to get those into the learning management system. But as you can see, it looks very similar to what Learning House has said. So there is continuity. Students will not have to get used to a different flow or a different design once they move into courses that were developed by me or by other point faculty. If we follow this pattern, there'll be continuity in the program. The syllabus that I was able to create, as you can see as it loads here, very similar. I changed some of the design. They're very standard from class to class, so they all look like this. But very similar to what was in the Learning House program. And they're very similar to what students have already been using in Access, and very similar to the faculty modules that I was given access to by Phil and Stacy. So this is what the syllabus will look like, and the syllabus is completely descriptive of everything that the student needs to do and accomplish in order to meet the learning objectives. And the weekly learning objectives have not been changed. I have not modified them, just simply copied them from the previous Access syllabi. If there were any appendix that were included in the modules, those are also included. The only thing that I might have changed was some of the language, where it might say that a student needs to bring this assignment to class. I've indicated that they need to submit the assignment online and removed any of the the language of a traditional face-to-face learning environment and made it all conducive for an online environment. So that's an example of what the syllabi will look like when the student enters the course. And studies show that the first thing that the student wants to see when they enter a course is, of course, the syllabi. So you want to make the syllabi presentable. This is actually points colors. So that's one of the features. So every course has a syllabi in a PDF format. Now for this particular course, Pastoral Counseling, I was only given the basic faculty modules or the faculty syllabus, which did not include a lot of the course materials. But as you can see, the course materials are included now in the Point Learning Management System, including even the questions that were included in the discussion forum. Now, where did I get these? Well, Phil had arranged for me to have access to the Point Learning System, where many of the hybrid classes for the Access program were located. And I have gone in and I have actually placed a lot of the forum questions, and also, as you will see here, the quizzes that were included by the professor and also detailed in the syllabus that I was given are also now populated in the Learning Management System housed by Learning House. So yes, the quizzes are already in there. This is a similar quiz that was in the Point Learning System. You go into it, the student will click on it, and the quizzes are already there and accessible for the students. So they're ready to go. The quizzes are ready to go. And that was not originally in the syllabus or included anywhere, but we're able to go and retrieve those. So that will be a lot less work that we will have to do, or the faculty will not have to go in and build the quizzes. I have actually imported them from the Point Learning system, from the current courses that you have developed for your face-to-face classes. And in addition, like for instance in this Pastoral Counseling class, all of the videos that the professor used as part of a discussion forum or wanted the students to view, these are now they are also accessible there. So when the professor goes in to the class, he or she already does not have to import videos or create new links. They're all there. Now they can, of course, modify and edit the links if new videos come up. In some cases, there were some course materials in the Pastoral Counseling class, for example, where the videos were no longer available online, and those are things that the professor probably is already aware of, hopefully. And all of the standard sort of rubrics that are used in the program already are imported into every course. So the 7-trait writing evaluation, if the professor wants to use that, it's already there for him or her. The project team evaluation form, the presentation rubric, and so on. So all of that is in all of the courses. All the materials are there for the professor to use, to modify. I've matched them up with each of the weekly assignments. Again, some modifications had to be made in the order of the assignments because we are expanding them from 5 to 8. The submission links are here, all the discussion forums are here, and they include all the questions and details that were already contained in the Point Learning System from the previous classes. So all of that has been converted, including what else is here for the professor is in the legacy course files. I have included all of the class materials that were in the legacy files on the Point Learning System. So I have taken all these and imported them so that they're all available to the professors, including each of the special XML quiz files. Those are all there so that professors can modify those. Additionally, I've placed in here the PDF of the online syllabus and then a Word doc of the online syllabus that I created, so that if professors or administrators need to modify the syllabus or make changes to it, it is available in each of the courses in a Word document. So I've just tried to make the courses as full as possible, and most of them are ready to go. The course materials are in there. The grade books are built, so the grade book is ready and usable, and all of the assignments are linked. So the grade books are all ready to be used. The assignments are ready to be graded. Of course, professors can. I did not assign particular points to each of these, so professors can go in and modify those. But the weights that were indicated in the syllabus are, of course, indicated and weighted in each of the grade books. So this is one of your standard courses, the Pastoral Counseling course, which is a great course. It looks like students will definitely benefit from this course. The flow of the course is great. The flow of all the courses generally is pretty good, and they're very similar. So there's a lot of continuity. Students will kind of get into a habit and a rhythm of completing the assignments. I can see that, and I like the intentionality in the way that the courses are designed for convenience for the student. So once they take one course, they should get into a pattern of learning, and they're all very similar. They all look a lot alike. There are nuances, but typically they all look a lot alike. Let me show you one other course. This is the Acts of the Apostles course, which is, I know an important course for students, especially in ministry programs. And again, it looks very similar to the Pastoral Counseling course. And just to remind you, the courses that were built by Learning House, very, very similar in look and appeal. And so this is the Acts of Apostles course. There are no quizzes in this course. Now, this was a course that had already been converted, I believe, to an 8-week format, so it was a little bit easier to convert. And so this is a tour of all the courses. I hope this is helpful. One of the issues that I'll address with Daryl that I think I want faculty to consider is how they want students to present the group projects. One of the suggestions that I have made, and this is in each of the syllabi, to how to have students present their group projects is to have them narrate a PowerPoint presentation. And I have included a video on how to do that. And they can also screencast the PowerPoint presentation, kind of do what I'm doing here for you, where they can do that and actually use their voices to communicate, so that they improve their oral communications along with their written communications. And this is a simple way, without a lot of technological advancement, for students to accomplish that. So that is just one of the suggestions that I have made. And of course, professors are free to go in and edit their syllabi to change that if that. And I'm willing to go in if you do determine how you want these presentations to be done. I'm willing to go back into these courses and change those assignments. That is not a problem. Okay? Well, thanks for letting me give you a tour. If you have any questions, of course, reach out to me via email, or Stacy and Phil have my phone number. We can definitely discuss any modifications or changes that need to be made. Thank you.